All right, so we've already seen or learned that there is a turnkey process to starting and building a practice, to marketing and finding and retaining clients. That's great. It's profitable. We understand that there's money to be made and that you can do so very well and have actually long-term expectations with that revenue. This is phenomenal. But let's talk about the ideal client, how really achievable this is, and where we're going to put our time, energy, and attention to growing that business. So I just want to share with you a little bit about what we would refer to as in marketing an avatar or your ideal client. Now, as I go through this, there's a few things that I want to emphasize, which is really as a company, you get to define what this is for yourself. You can define it by industry, you can define it by size of company, but we're going to do so here real quickly, generically, because this is something I think everybody can relate to. From a small business accounting point of view, one of the things that you have to understand is most of the clients that are actually taken on happen to be businesses that are with 20 or fewer employees. Generally, at that point, the business owner isn't busy enough, have enough transactions to warrant hiring anyone full-time or even for that matter, part-time to do the accounting and bookkeeping. So they generally outsource it. There was a survey, it's a Tolberg survey by ICCA that found that businesses, the very first thing that businesses outsource is accounting. They typically do it in outsourcing their taxes, outsourcing their payroll, outsourcing their accounting, preparing their financials. Accounting is the first thing that of all the headaches that the business owner is experiencing is the first thing they want to get rid of and give to an expert. Having themselves do it, having their spouse do it, none of that really meets the need. So the first thing they want to be able to afford is outsourcing that task. The first employee you hire, the last thing you want to be dealing with is payroll. So it's outsourced. So what we want to do is leverage that to our advantage and find where can we be marketing our services to find these people that have these pains that we can obviously help and resolve. So the first thing that we want to do is define this avatar of who that small business client is. We want to define them first as being small businesses with fewer than 20 employees. We want to look at them as being businesses that basically as a small business owner, they haven't had the ability to really grow the business to the point that they can afford anyone to employ anyone, so they're wanting to outsource it. Now we want to look at timing. We want to look at when is the right time to be approaching them with what kind of message. First and foremost, we want to understand that the winter months, down towards November, December, January, February, we always want to be focusing on closing the business, getting all the business or all the accounting wrapped up so that we can actually account for what happened in the last year. The business owner wants to know what happened. They want to know whether or not they were profitable, but at the same time, those numbers are going to become key and critical to them preparing the taxes because so many businesses out there, especially the smaller ones, happen to be solo entrepreneurs or ones where they're going to be not dealing with a fiscal year that's different than the calendar year. So we want to just recognize that they're going to be wanting to wrap up their accounting for tax reasons as well. Now, when it comes to spring, one of the things that really becomes an issue there is here the business owner is, they're trying to get on top of their business. They're trying to have a great start to the new year. They want to have a better than last year kind of experience, but what keeps dragging them down to the distractions related to getting the accounting in order to prepare the tax returns. And it's answering questions about the books, answering questions about the taxes, and it's very frustrating. So they want to outsource this and they want to get this into someone who's competent to do the work. They want to give it to someone that they can trust and rely upon. But when we get through those types of strains and stresses, we get into the summer months. Here's what happens. These business owners, they want to leave. They want to go on vacation. They want to, the husband or wife, the spouse is saying, we need to get away. The kids need a break. Well, all those things are pulling them away from the company. Well, while they're gone, who's paying the bills? Who's making payroll? Who's staying on top of all the financials? They want to outsource this now and get this taken care of so that they can leave from town. Now you come to the fall. The fall is, hey, we've got the last run of the year. They're in a position where they want to see the year end strong. They want to put all this time and energy into marketing and sales. But what's pulling them away is if they went on a vacation in the summer months and got behind that mountain that they have from accounting. At one time, it was a molehill, was manageable, but now it's overwhelming and they want to outsource it, get caught up. They want to give it to someone else because it's not why they got into business. They got into business because they love what they do, not because they wanted to find a reason to do accounting. So we want to basically realize that each season throughout the year has very key elements of when marketing, what to emphasize you do and how you can help that business owner basically have peace of mind. The big stress that we want to basically emphasize here as we're marketing accounting services is that your job is to help them with cash flow. Your job is to help them limit or lower their tax liability, and you want to help them realize that your job is to help them make sure that there's always money in the bank. You share with them that that's what you're doing, and you tailor your message accordingly based on the seasons of the year. You can definitely tap into the pains that they're experiencing and help them see that you're the solution to their problem. This is something that's not just easy from the fact that it's a turnkey process for marketing. It's not just profitable in the sense that you can get paid well for what the work is, but there's a legitimate demand out there for accounting services that you can meet when you're providing bookkeeping, accounting, and tax services. So what we want to do here is just give you a little bit of a taste that here at Universal Accounting Center, that since 1979, we have identified and developed the tried and proven method for you to go out there and build successfully your accounting firm. And as you do this with confidence and competence that you can be paid very well for your services. The whole goal here is to help give you the tools and the resources, the support you need to do this properly. So if anything, just understand this. If it's about accounting, it's what? It is universal. So let's take